Well, for more on this story, I'm joined now by Sanford Dickert. He's the managing director at Rawlings Atlantic, which is a firm that specialises in new ventures in the telecommunications, media and technology space. Good to see you as always, Sanford. So, first question, should the net be neutral? What do you think?
Simply yes.
Why?
The idea is that the services that we're talking about is what is becoming a basic living service. Water, power, gas, all of these things that make our lives happy, successful. That's what the internet now is becoming. We can't live without it, and especially information in this way.
And this isn't about the government actually seizing all of those billions of dollars worth of cables that the telecommunications industry has forked out to put underground. It's actually about getting them to prevent them from being able to jeopardize their competitors by slowing down internet speed or speeding it up, which in many countries around the world seems unfair in the first place.
Yes. The idea is that it is creating an appropriate economic constraint to allow for people to benefit from the services.
So why are the telecommunications companies so hot under the collar about this? Because as Brian was just explaining there, they have been forking out billions for years against this to try and lobby to prevent this from becoming a reality.
Let's take it in a business sense, which is, I just spent a lot of money to upgrade my services. I could either wait a longer time to get my money back for the spend, or I can find a way to spend or get it spent by someone else who will pay more. So they're trying to amortize their cost quicker, in a basic sense.
So, Sanford, what exactly is this going to mean for people on either sides of the divide here? For the Netflixes of the world that stream content, they need a good service to stream that content because it's very intense bandwidth content. And then for the telecommunications companies that, as you said, you know, they're concerned they're going to be incurring a loss in the short term as a result.
The fun part is this. It will help Netflix because Netflix now is going to have a common playing field like everyone else. And we all will benefit from the fact that no one can really put that limitation. The challenge will be on the companies to use technology, as they're proud of saying, to improve their services and reduce their costs. That's the goal of the system.
Do you think that the telcos here are crying wolf a little bit because they're talking about suing? They've already spent a lot of money on the lobbying, so you can imagine they'd spend a similar amount in the courts if they really did have to sue the US government. Or is it just noise and really they're just going to have to get used to it and swallow the cost?
I actually believe it's going to get louder because there was efforts in the government just recently in terms of fighting this already, and we're coming up to the 2016 elections. The challenge will be is that will this become a freedom argument for the 2016 general election? That's what people are arguing about.
What does this mean for international telecommunications companies and media providers? How does this fit into how those companies should be modelling and planning for the future? Because in many countries around the world, you do have net neutrality. It's just expected as a basic right.
The benefit to the U.S. government and to everyone working with it, I should say the U.S. in general, is the fact that they're now opening it up. You won't have to spend more money, so the U.S. has benefited from being the center of the internet, even though it's no geography. By allowing people to come in without these restrictions, costs will continue to come down, and the U.S. will still be part of it. So the international companies will still be able to benefit from that environment.
All right, Sanford Dickert, thank you very much for joining us there, Managing Director at Rawlings Atlantic. Always good to see you on this show.